back against US pressure over Russian oil imports, stating that it neither plots nor participates in wars. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, while speaking in Slovenia, has stated that war cannot solve problems and sanctions only makes them more complex. He in fact described China as a major responsible country, remarking that it has the best record on peace and security. Now, China's remarks have come hours after US President Donald Trump urged NATO countries to stop buying oil from Moscow and impose tariffs of up to 100% on Beijing, which is Russia's biggest energy customer. Meanwhile, Washington has already penalized New Delhi with a 50% tariff on Indian goods over its purchase of Russian oil, but has not imposed the same measures on Beijing as of now. These developments come ahead of a new round of US-China trade talks in Spain, especially as tensions between Russia and Ukraine continue to escalate as the war shows no signs of abating. Joining us on the broadcast is William Yang, an analyst focusing on China. He's joining us from Taipei. Thank you for taking out time speaking to us on NewsX World. I believe it's the fourth round of talks that is taking place in these last 4 months between US officials and Chinese officials. Of course, up until now, Donald Trump administration has not imposed tariffs on Chinese goods as far as the import of crude Russian oil is concerned. But Trump, meanwhile, has been making these statements. He's been urging G7 partners as well. We've seen similar such statements from Zelensky as well, urging other G20 nations to also come forth and slap tariffs against China. Where do you think these talks will be headed to next? We've also seen recent reports of fentanyl and Chinese production of fentanyl and its consequent import in US as one of the key issues of a stalemate in the talks.
Exactly. I think currently both sides are facing a lot of structural difficulties to really make a major breakthrough in order for them to actually get closer to reaching a trade deal. And just as you mentioned, the US still hasn't really lifted the tariffs that they impose on China that is associated with the fentanyl because Washington remains very frustrated by the fact that China has been unable to restrict the export of all the substances that are key to manufacture fentanyl. And that is, I think, going to be an area where both sides are trying to reach a consensus. But I think at the same time, it's going to be difficult because the Chinese doesn't really want to be the one that is making the first concession. And that is the same case for the United States. And I think at the same time, Trump personally is eager to see more progress that can actually lead to a potential setting the stage for him to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping sometime next month. As we know, media reports suggest that the Chinese has already officially extended an invitation to Trump to visit Beijing and have the summit there next month. But if there is no major progress or not enough progress for Trump to feel like there is enough justification for him to go to China, that might actually limit the possibility for the summit to actually take place in Beijing.
All right, I request you to stay on with us.